DMI here, and we're back in Ark Survival Ascended. We've got a bit of a situation. If you're wondering why everything is frozen and nothing is moving, we are in photo mode. I thought I would pause the game using photo mode to kind of show you what's happening right now. Between last episode and this one, I've done some kind of gathering, crafting, got a few things built, you know, experimented with some of the building tools. I even got some basic dinos tamed, a couple of parasaurs, a couple of dodos, just to kind of see how things work. It's actually done a very good job of leveling me up. So here I am, minding my own business, and all of a sudden, let me get you, I think it's C to come down. This fellow wanders around. Now, let's go have a look at him, and this will show you some of the mechanics of the new photo mode if you ever want to experiment with it. But that's a raptor. Not just any raptor. You'll notice the red plumes around him. That is an alpha raptor. So, I went to start in this area because I knew I'd be able to level up because there'd be tons of raptors, some carnos. I think it's a nice beginner area because you're gonna die a lot, but you're actually gonna get a lot of experience. But there tends to be a lot of carnivores and dangerous things here. It turns out this is a bad place for a starter island, for a starter setup, because there's a lot of carnivores here. Eventually it's gonna spawn someone like this. Now for the base, we're in decent shape. It killed most of my dinos, but it destroyed a lot of the structure. They eat through your house faster than you could possibly rebuild it. Most of the dinos died. Somehow I managed, now I don't actually know how far this will go, but just over that hill there are two parasaurs that I actually somehow managed to save. While he was getting distracted with some of the other creatures around here, I managed to grab them and get them out of here. So what we need to do is, well, essentially leave. I just don't think this neighborhood is gonna work with him in there. I have nothing that can actually handle him at this point, so we need to actually get out of here. So let's head back. Let me have a look around. There's a couple ways we can do this. We can just do a sacrifice, get his attention, and drag him a little further down the beach, or we've still got a bit of a hiding area, although these windows are gonna give us away. We got a bit of a hiding area, so we could wait until he's distracted and then just kind of book it. The frustrating part of this is there's regular drops in this area. There's one that spawns, let me raise back up. There's one that spawns on the land, kind of right in the middle of my screen right here, and there's one that spawns just off the coast in the water right over there, and those two drops have given me a lot of really nice stuff, but I don't think we're gonna be able to keep any of it at this point. We may have to just come back for it, but like I said, we've got some structure built. We can hopefully get him distracted and then we can get out of here. I got two parasaurs waiting, and we're gonna do a bit of an exodus. We're gonna probably head over to that area right there. In my previous series, I built a starter base over here, and I think we're gonna do the same. We're not gonna build there permanently, but that'll give us some basic structures. We'll see if we can get some you know, fundamental tames and head over to Herbivore Island, do a few things before we go to our more permanent base location. But anyway, let's toggle through here. So this is where your photo mode is. Let's toggle out of photo mode and see if we can get out of here. Right now he's killing a baby. Yeah, he's killing a baby turtle. So he's a little distracted at the moment. I don't know if he'll actually notice me through the window, but right now he stands between me and the parasaurs that I'm gonna use to make my escape. So what we wanna do is wait for him to get far enough away. Nope, there he is. Oh, nope, he saw us. He's gonna come through here. Let's see if he can figure out where we are. He cannot. Oh, he can. All right, I think we've made our escape. Now, you'll notice, look at how fast he goes through the buildings. Yeah, I don't care about, that's a Dillo, which we don't care about. But look at the stats there. There's no way you're gonna keep him out of a house. I actually tried a bit of a spike wall and he just went straight through that. So we're gonna get out of here. we've got some help waiting over here. We're gonna make our escape, and hopefully when we come back later on, some of the stuff that we gathered will still be there. Yep, here we go. These are the 2 parasaurs I managed to save. They've got just some basic supplies on them, so, I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. But I did, like I said, I did spend a few days. Oh, and we don't want to mess with that guy. We're gonna need to be careful, because we run into something too strong. These 2 aren't gonna be able to handle it. We'll just we'll give the Thunder Chicken over there a wide berth. But yeah, once we get to our new location, these 2 are gonna give us all the basics we're gonna need to get up and running. That sounded like a Carno. I think it was off in the woods there. We're gonna let them deal with him. And we're gonna keep moving right on down the coast. Now I'm not gonna lie, I almost like this area a little bit better. Alright, we're gonna take a little bit of a risk and we're gonna swim across. Should be able to make it just fine. Obviously, piranhas can be an issue for us here, but I think we'll be alright. Yeah, this area is fantastic to build in, to start in. The only issue is all the therizinosaurs that spawn randomly around here. Yep, see there's another one right there. We're gonna go up in the hills and we'll see if we can avoid him. Alright, I think this is gonna be a good enough spot for us right here. You can see it's starting to get dark out, night just hit. I'll show you on the map where I am. We should be able to hold M, and then we can scroll wheel out. We're right here, kind of in the southeastern corner of the island map. It's pretty nice, gives us access to Herbivore Island. There's a cave just to the east of us. There's a lot of resources around and a lot of, like, a good variety of dinos that are around here. But it's a nice kind of calm area just to build an initial hut. And I kind of want to have outposts spread all over the map, and this is going to be like a really good location for one of those. So let's go ahead and see if we can get building. Since the Alpha Raptors stole all of our clothes, that might be one of the first things that we're probably going to need to get because nightfall is about to hit. Yeah, we should be able to find a bunch of dodos around here. Get some hide together. Hopefully we can get enough for some hide armor. Because that's what we're going to need once the temperature drops, which it should drop pretty soon. Alright, this should give me... Ooh, I kind of hear it. Oh, I can't get to that drop. I don't think I can. This should give me the last of what I need for a full hide suit. Let me make sure. Yep, can I do the helmet? Yep. And I think I've got a little bit of a change of plans. I was gonna build a base here, but instead, like, if we're just gonna build here with the intent of sailing across to the island, why don't we just head over to the island at this point? So let's have a look at what I need for a raft. Now, I don't know if there's been any quality of life improvements on a raft. Usually, it used to be you could transport dinos around on a raft, but it was just a giant pain in the butt. You would have to... Your creatures would slowly slide off of the raft. Let's see, let's do this, let's track it, and then try to see. I think I actually already have... I think I already have all the wood I need on the parasaurs. But your creatures would slowly slide off of the raft, and so it just became a giant hassle to do anything. That's why... Well, anyway, sorry about that. I got distracted by work calling. But yeah, the rafts just became a giant pain to move dinos around. That's why, like, cryopods became so popular. But we're gonna see if there's any kind of quality of life improvements. Also, I want to see if we get attacked on the raft on our way over there. So we've got it tracked there, which is awesome. We're gonna need to get a whole bunch of hide. That's the issue right now. So let's kind of look around, see if we can do some more kills and get ourselves a raft. Oh, there is a... Got a raptor right over there. Let's see if these parasaurs can actually handle it. We've got 2 of them here. We should be able to do it. We get a little bit of pushback. There's 2 of them. They'll have way more hit points than the raptor. Let's see if we win or if this is giant tragedy. I would just use Ebola, but I'm actually out of hide at this point because we've just built some clothes. There he is, right over there. Yep, here we go. Oh yeah, they can handle it. We're never gonna catch him. But I don't want him coming back and forth to... Alright, let's get away from the thunder chicken here. Come on over. Alright, so that's kind of nice. These parasaurs are a little more capable than you would think sometimes. Really? You're just gonna hang out right next to the corpse? Oh, I hate these things. Actually, you know what? I think I have a plan to take care of him. Yeah, we're gonna need about 20 to 30 hides, so let me grab that really quick. Actually, it's sitting right there if I can ever get to the raptor course, which I can't. Are you kidding me? Alright, we're gonna try something here. This should actually work out pretty well. Alright, we're gonna need some more wood. Let me get some wood. I think all it should take is 2 spike walls. And you can hear behind me the issue with this area is these seagulls. They're usually not that big of a deal, but sometimes they can make your life a living hell around here. Alright, so we're gonna turn off the snapping. We want to build it just like this, with just enough room for me to get through. Let me see if this will work. Okay, that should be... He shouldn't be able to get through that, but I'm gonna pick it up and reposition it just in case. We're gonna go just like this. And see if I can make it through here. Yep, I can. Alright, so now we need to annoy him. Yep, here, come on over, dude. Oh. We just need to stay on the outside. He should... There we go, now he's thoroughly stuck in there. I don't think he's gonna do enough damage before the... There we go. Perfect. This isn't gonna work for like a raptor though, because he's small enough that he's just gonna squeeze... Oh, he's gonna squeeze right through there, and you gotta be careful not to off yourself in the process. Just like I almost did. Alright, so that gave us a level, which is nice. Let's have a look at what this drop gives. And actually, we're gonna launch the raft from right over here. Oh, nothing special, just some food. Alright, so we put the raft down. Let's have a look. Is it the same options? Alright, so driving it, demolishing it, options, tracking info. Oh, we can track this. Oh, perfect. We can track just about everything in this game at this point. So options are gonna be unclaim it. So these are all just the basic... Yeah, hide the sail. These are all just the basic dino options that it gives you here. Now, it's hard to tell as far as speed goes, but what we're trying to see is if we get attacked on our way across the bay. Let's zoom out a bit. Because this is where... No, we seem okay. I have no idea why there's a fire underwater. There's one over there, too. Alright, so the crossing seems safe. Let's actually head back. Let's grab one of our parasaurs. And I'll boost up the gamma a little bit, because I'm sure you guys are having trouble seeing. But let's grab one of our parasaurs, and we're gonna see if we can actually transport dinos safely on a raft. What I'm actually looking to see is if the parasaur will stay on the raft or he'll slowly shift off of it as we're moving around. Because that was always the issue, is that they weren't glued to the raft. He seems pretty good. Because if this is the case, if he'll actually stay in place like he's supposed to, then we might be able to just build a mobile base on a raft and go from there. Well, I'm gonna take a few laps around the bay here, just turning to see, but so far the parasaur just sits right on the raft. That's awesome. Making sure that rafts are useful just adds so much to this game. That is amazing. Yeah, so far it looks absolutely great. Let me get turned around so that I can angle it again. But this is from me just essentially just spinning in circles, and if the parasaur moved at all, it was only just a little bit. I mean, we'll find out. I mean, but so far it looks like rafts might actually be safe to use. So let me drop this guy off. We'll get the other parasaur, and we'll go from there. You can tell dawn's starting to hit. This game is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, now that it seems somewhat safe to move the raft around, let's go ahead and head back to base. We might be able to take it via the water and try to see if we can find all of the valuable stuff we had over there. There's nothing crazy, but there are a few saddles and some armor that I'd actually like to bring over here. So let me make a couple of storage boxes, and we're gonna head over and retrieve our stuff. Alright, so we've got some storage boxes built. Let's head back across the water. It's really just on the other side of the bay here, and go back to our base and see if we can get some of the more valuable stuff here on the raft. Yep, so we're back at base. You can see the raptor is still there. Now, I don't know how we're gonna get in and then get back out again. Alright, so we're gonna put the raft right here. And then we're gonna head down, see if we can get his attention, and then just book it back to the raft. I don't know if we'll make it or not. Depends on how far away he makes us go. But if he wanders over the hill there, we might be able to get in and out of our house without him even noticing. Alright, We're gonna do it. We're going in. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, he's gonna see that for sure. Well, it looks like he actually got most of our stuff, too. That's okay. Like, we had a couple more... I had a couple of storage bins here with saddles and a few other things we got from drops, but he must have chewed his way through those, and the bags just despawned. That's okay. We'll come back. At some point, we'll get ourselves a really good trike, and we'll get our revenge. One thing to point out to you guys, too, if you're curious. So if you do stat FPS, you'll notice over, it's hard to read, but the game itself will just show you. You can do this with your graphics card, but you can tell I'm getting like 50, 40, 45, and then as far as underwater, you'll notice there's a murkiness to the water. That's because they're using volumetric fog. If we go a little further inland, it actually drops my FPS by like 10 or 15 frames per second. But if you do R dots, R dot volumetric fog, and then just set it to 0, it turns it off. It actually gives me a bump. Actually, did I do it right? Yeah, it gives me a bump in my frames per second and clears up your view off in the distance, and it actually gets rid of the fog underwater. So it's kind of up to you guys if you feel like that's overpowered or not, but the fogginess all around the island tends to like tank my FPS all the time. If I get rid of that, the volumetric fog and the clouds, it'll actually raise it by quite a bit. So I did those two things. There's a few other things I turned on and off to try them out, but the game doesn't look very good. But just getting rid of those two, at least for me, I've got a 2080 in a decent processor, and for me, I'm getting between 50 to 60 frames per second on medium to high settings consistently. So I think I'm just gonna stick with that for a while. All right, so we're back on Herbivore Island. We've got our parasaurs here, and we're gonna pick up a few more dinos. Now, a little bit, like I said, a little bit of a change in plans. I don't think I'm actually gonna use a base here. I think we're just gonna build a base on the raft and have like a little mobile platform, and then we'll pick up some resources here. I also wanna do a little bit of scouting on this island because there should be some useful dinos. What we would really like is a decent level trike. Now that's a 25, so that one's nothing special. Ooh, there we go. That's a 115 stego. Now, normally we're not gonna have... So he's got a baby there. Alrighty. And that baby should be the same level as him. We got two babies there, 115, two 115s. Okay, that's perfect. All right, we're gonna cheese, and that's a level 10. So we're gonna cheese the system here. There's a bunch of stegos around, so we need to get this one isolated. Alright, let me head a little bit further up to get my parasaur out of danger, and then we're gonna get ourselves two level 115 stegos. Alright, we're gonna need a lot more hide for this, so let's trap one of these guys. That's a level 100, which honestly I probably could have used that, but it's okay. Let's track this. I think I'm only gonna need two of these, which we should be good. Let me get some fiber and then we'll be all set. Alright, let's construct, we need 2 of these. Okay, I'm back, and if it seems like it's a bit of a weird cut, the game decided to crash. But it's not the end of the world, but we reloaded everything. The stego is still here. You're gonna notice, though, that it's a level 20, which, you know, that's less than ideal, but it's alright. Let's go ahead and do our trap, though. Basically, you're just gonna use these spike walls to hold off the dino until you can kill it, and then take the babies. Now, you need to make sure... You need to make sure you have enough space, which that's not gonna be far enough. Let's do this. The point is, we've got to get it close enough together that the stego can't make it through. But I can. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Do one more. I'm probably giving it a little bit too much leeway. So let's head over to here. This should be... That should be enough. It still actually damages me a little bit. I think I'm gonna live with it, though. So let's aggravate the stego. Yep, we want him to head over this way. We want him stuck. The point is, we don't necessarily care about the parent. We're gonna go after the baby, which is right behind him. I don't want to get too close. Alright, so that takes care of the stego. Now we need to actually find the baby, which there we go. And we just come over and we claim. And that's it. You got a stego. This will actually be a good way to experiment and see if they'll eat the new berries. Oh, an ankleo would be nice. Do you have a... low level, which is fine, but he doesn't have a baby. Alright, so the babies move extremely slow, but I guess that makes sense. And he seems to get stuck on everything, so let's just get him over here on the beach. We're actually able to track all of our dinos at this point, so... And this island is completely safe, so I think what we can do... Just make sure, we'll leave him here. Oh, and if we're curious, they do eat the new berries. Okay, perfect. So it's not... They're not just for dyes. You can actually feed your dinos with these things. So let's get him stocked up, and we're gonna leave him there for now. We'll get some pretty good use out of him, but we'll end up replacing that dino pretty quickly. And that's just kind of a lesson, basically. At this point, guys, you have to save. You've got to save your game constantly. Crashes, I've probably had 5 or 6 today as I've been messing around with things. It's just nature of the beast right now. They're fixing it. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, right now, it is not fine. Alright, so that should leave him with plenty of food. Basically, we're gonna have to, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes later, we're gonna have to come back and check on him. Make sure he's doing okay. But for now, we're gonna leave him right there. He's gonna chill out by the beach and he's gonna grow up all on his own. Alright, while we're waiting for that, our next task is gonna be to build up the raft. Supposedly, the rafts can get a lot bigger than they used to, so we're just gonna build a nice little base, and we're gonna use that to travel around with. So, I'm gonna go out and gather, and then we'll get started. So the first thing we're gonna have to have, if we're gonna do any kind of gathering here without really good gathering dinos like a dodeca, is gonna end up being metal tools. So let me take a minute and we'll get a forge up and running here, and we'll see if we can get to a point where we can get some metal tools. There's a bunch of river rocks here. There's tons of metal nodes on this island once we actually get the tools we need to extract that stuff. Alright, that gives us 20. That'll give us... Oh, sorry, I got distracted by the Bronto there. That's gonna give us 20 metal ingots. I think I need 5 for the smithy. And then from there, I think it's only 1 or 2 for a metal pick. Let's find out, though. Alright, so we're gonna start that fire. It's gonna take a while for it to get through all 10 of these. So while we're waiting on that, we'll hop on our parasaur here and we'll go over and check on the stego. Alright, so the green popped up, so it looks like he's still alive. Oh, he's up to adolescent. Let's have a look and let's make sure he's still got food. Because just like the baby dinos that you're hatching from eggs, these things will starve if you're not careful. Yeah, see, they start way down on food, so you need to keep stuff in their inventory. So he ate all of the newer berries, and he's like making his way through here. Does it give me a percentage anymore? Maturation 54%. Okay, so he's about halfway grown at this point. So let's get him refilled. We'll get maybe 2 more stacks of berries. Okay, that should keep him full for a while. I would think that that will get him through the rest of his maturation. Let's double check on our forge. Oh, that went through a lot faster than I thought. I wonder if maybe I've just got it wrong, but that felt faster than what it was in previous versions. So I think they sped up the forges a little bit. But anyway, we need a smithy. Now both of these are gonna get removed from here and put onto the raft once we've got it constructed, but this keeps them out of the way. Alright, so we can put that fire out. Alright, so we are gonna, what we're looking for is a full set of metal tools. We got a metal pick, which I only need 1 ingot for. Oh, that's beautiful. We're gonna need a hatchet for 8. We're gonna need a sickle. Okay, perfect. We're also gonna want a crossbow, which that's gonna take about 7. So really just 1 run up on some of the, oh, we got a blue drop coming down too. Beautiful, so we'll grab that. But let's see what I need for a metal sickle. Alright, so we need some hide. Oh, we're 1 short on hide. That's okay. We'll go find ourselves a parasaur. And some wood. Alright, let's kill a parasaur. There's gotta be one around. They're all over the place. Alright, just in time for the drop. Let's see what the blue drops I can get. I think these are level 35, so I should be good. Let's have a look. So, Terrorbird, nah, don't necessarily care. Tripwire, don't necessarily care. Oh, got some chitin, so that's kind of, 160 chitin. That's actually kind of nice. Well, anyway, it's fine. I'd rather actually get some tools and some saddles, but I'm not gonna complain. The drops are way better than they used to be. Alright, what do we got here? What do I need? I need the hide, which will stick right here. And now we've got ourselves a metal pick. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is head back up to the metal nodes. Alright, so this is a couple of metal nodes. That gets us to 112. That should do. That'll be 56. Ooh, do you have a baby? You do not. I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is fine. I want to find an Ankylo that's carting a baby around. Alright, so that's gonna take a few minutes. Let's let that create some metal ingots for us. Because we're gonna need, I think, what, 7 for the crossbow, 18 for the sickle, and 8 for the hatchet. We also need a pike. The pike is gonna take 10. Having a sword would be nice. Although that's not... Yeah, that's gonna take 50. We're not gonna worry about that. Basically, we're gonna need organic polymer at some point, but we can just use a club for that. So give it a couple minutes. Let's let this simmer, and we'll get our full set of tools. Alright, so that gives us... So it's still working, but we've got about 30 of them here now. That gives us 33. Alright, perfect. So we'll get ourselves a hatchet. Oh, sorry, I need to go get some wood. This gives us a pike. We're gonna need some fiber. So that gives us a crossbow, and then we're gonna need 10 more metal ingots. And we'll have ourselves a pick. Alright, and that gets us a sickle. I think I said pike before, I meant sickle. And that should be a full-on upgrade. So we'll stick this here. We can put these here to reduce weight. And we'll put our crossbow right there. So we don't need a bow and arrow anymore either. So we are fully upgraded at this point. So that's a full set of metal tools. So I think that's good progress for an episode. So I think we're gonna call it here. I think next episode, we're gonna go ahead and build up our raft, and we're gonna try to get ourselves a flyer so that we can go around and start hunting all of these drops. But again, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the content, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.